Oh. It is 4:30 on WKYT this morning. Republican presidential candidates took to the stage for another debate, and it turned shouting match once again in Detroit.
Parts of central and eastern Kentucky saw a good bit of snowfall yesterday, including in Rowan County, where drivers there had to say about travel troubles.
And in Madison County here in Kentucky, state police have arrested a woman for stealing more than $30,000 from a charity organization.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. Just when you were beginning to wonder if it would get here, it is finally Friday. We're glad you're with us. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. It does seem like one of those weeks, right? We have had a little bit of issues with snowfall yesterday, but it's looking pretty clear out there right now, Jim.
Yeah, so far, no major big push of snow like we had yesterday filtering into the area. We do have a little light stripe of snow showing up just to our north. That's going to be drifting into the area here in the next couple of hours. It's going to bring us a few flakes, but not a big push like we had yesterday, where we had several inches show up. An overachiever, to say the very least, out of that system yesterday. 35 right now in Lexington, 34 down the road into Richmond. You got folks hovering right around freezing along Interstate 64 and to our southeast. But we are all going to start thinking about something changing as we move forward, because into the weekend and beyond, talking about a significant warm-up. I'll track it coming up in a few minutes.
Okay, we'll see you then. Let's get to the news. The four remaining Republican presidential candidates gathered for another debate last night, and it turned nasty at times.
Many of the attacks were focused on, of course, the frontrunner, Donald Trump. Wei Zhang has more from the debate from Detroit.
I'd like to ask you a policy question.
The GOP debate on the Fox News channel quickly turned into a shouting match.
Don't worry about it, little Marco. I will.
All right, well, let's hear Big Don. Donald.
Don't worry about it, Don't worry about it, little Marco.
Gentlemen.
Marco Rubio was asked why he's gone negative in recent weeks.
If there's anyone who's ever deserved to be attacked that way, it's been Donald Trump.
He referred to my hands. If they're small, something else must be small. I guarantee you there's no problem. I guarantee it.
Ted Cruz accused Trump of bankrolling liberal politicians.
Donald Trump has written checks to Hillary Clinton not once, not twice, not 3 times, 10 times.
The last person that Hillary Clinton wants to face is Donald Trump.
Not only did Trump field attacks from inside the Fox Theater, but outside, a huge group of protesters chanted, "Dump Trump."
Dump Trump, dump Trump. We know that Donald Trump is in there, and he's no good.
This is cleaner than Trump. It's not vulgar like Mr. Trump is.
John Kasich chose to emphasize his own record.
People say everywhere I go, you seem to be the adult on the stage.
The candidates are vowing to challenge Trump all the way to the finish line. Wei Zhang, CBS News, Detroit.
Okay, quite a night.
Yeah, at the end of the debate, Cruz, Rubio, and Kasich all said they would support Trump if he ends up being the Republican nominee.
Kentucky Republicans will choose their presidential candidate tomorrow during a caucus. And as the results are first released at 7 o'clock tomorrow, join WKYT's Amber Philpott and me. We'll have special coverage here on WKYT and on WKYT.com. We have a complete guide to understanding the Kentucky Republican caucus, including information about how to find your caucus location.
2 protesters who were at Donald Trump's Louisville rally on Tuesday have filed police reports. Both claim they were punched and shoved by Trump supporters in the crowd. One of the incidents was caught on video with this girl. Louisville police say they're investigating and trying to identify the people responsible for the punching and shoving.
Many roads in Rowan County are still slick this morning after snow started falling there yesterday afternoon. Rowan County schools dismissed later than usual because of it. WKYT's Garrett Weimer talked to drivers around Moorhead about their travel troubles.
The snow may not be piled up high, but it was enough to cause problems for drivers across Rowan County and eastern Kentucky, turning streets slick and causing a number of wrecks on the roads.
Well, it was snowing on my way home, and the snow was starting to stick towards the road. I don't think the roads were treated very well yet, so it was a little bit slow in coming home. I was averaging probably 50 miles an hour on the interstate. That's what I felt comfortable driving.
Kentucky State Police say a 2-car crash caused injuries on Route 60 near Lakeview Heights. The county's emergency management director says he had reports of several fender benders, but no major accidents. Rowan County schools took precautions at the end of the school day. holding the buses for about an hour, I'm told, until road crews had a chance to get the streets in better shape.
But from Portsmouth,
John Whitaker is a professor at Shawnee State University in Portsmouth, Ohio. He says his drive home to Rowan County in the winter weather was nothing short of treacherous.
I was probably one of the slower people on the roads. I've had an accident once before, and I think I'm a little bit more tentative than most people are when driving in the snow now.
After this, if they weren't already, drivers and county leaders alike say they're ready for spring. In Rowan County, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Interstate 64 in Montgomery County had to be shut down for a while yesterday afternoon because of the snow. Many cars crashed or slid off the interstate around Mount Sterling. One man told us he was on his way home from work when the road started to get slick. Before long, he says his car ended up in a ditch. Police say no injuries were reported in any of the crashes there, no serious ones at least. All lanes of Interstate 64 in Montgomery County have reopened, and they did that by 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Deputies in Johnson County asked people to stay off the roads after several inches of snow fell there. The snow quickly stuck to many roads once it started falling. The Johnson County Sheriff's Office says that deputies were busy yesterday working crashes caused by the weather. Johnson County schools among the school districts closed today, but students will have a non-traditional instruction day.
And with this snow around, some of you have been sharing your pictures of the snow with us. James took this picture in the northern part of Magoffin County. He says he measured 3 to 4 inches of snow there. Jim in Menifee County also sent us a picture. Here it is. He says he also measured 3 or 4 inches of snow in Frenchburg. You can track the snow and the latest traffic with the WKYT Weather Plus Traffic app. Download it for free in the app or Google Play stores.
State police arrested a Madison County woman they say stole $33,000 from an organization she worked for.
They say 56-year-old Laura Noble used to be the treasurer of the Richmond Kiwanis Club. Police say she stole the money over a 5-year period. WKYT's Monique Blair talked to the organization's president about the theft.
Very much a surprise. Yeah, total surprise.
Shortly after Joan Klein became the president of the Kiwanis Club of Richmond late last year, she noticed some discrepancies in the club's funds. So she asked state police to investigate. But she already had a suspicion as to who was responsible.
Of course, we knew who was in charge of the funds. So basically, yes.
Lori Noble was the club's treasurer since she joined the club 5 years ago, and police say Noble had been embezzling from the club for 5 years. Noble was arrested and taken here to the Madison County Detention Center, where she is charged with theft by unlawful taking over $10,000.
It breaks my heart. It just breaks my heart. We loved her so much.
Klein says she's not sure why Noble stole more than $33,000 from the club, but she never would have suspected her of stealing from a club that's sole purpose is to help improve the lives of others.
I would have trusted her with my life, you know, just anyway.
Although the club will be starting over financially, Klein says the public services it offers will not be affected.
Our club will continue. They're very supportive. They're ready to go and do service and keep going.
In Madison County, Monique Blair, WKYT.
And the Kiwanis Club of Richmond says it now has put new measures in place to make sure this kind of thing doesn't happen again.
Well, family members of 5 people, including an unborn child, killed in a Clay County crash say they're relieved a grand jury has indicted the man police say caused the wreck. Jason Gibson, according to police, was high on drugs when his car crashed into another vehicle on Hal Rogers Parkway in December. Judy Pennington Adams, her pregnant granddaughter Tiffany's son Kyson, and family friend Charlene Lewis died in the crash.
When I got the text that he had been indicted, it was like a huge weight had been lifted. Not that any type of punishment that he ever gets is going to be enough, because he took 5 precious lives.
The grand jury indicted Jason Gibson on murder, fetal homicide, and DUI charges.
Governor Matt Bevin's administration is suing a Lexington Women's Clinic, claiming it has been performing abortions without a license. The lawsuit was filed against EMW Women's Clinic on Burt Road. The state also claims inspectors found expired medication and some unsanitary conditions inside the clinic. The state wants a judge to order the clinic to stop performing abortions until it is licensed. The clinic has not commented on the lawsuit. An update on work being done to stop a rock slide that has shut down Interstate 75 in northern Tennessee. The Tennessee Department of Transportation released this video of the work being done there. The slide shut down I-75 just south of Jellicoe a week ago today. Transportation leaders now expect to reopen the southbound lanes by March 17th and at least one northbound lane by March 24th. They think the work to stop the rock slide will be finished by April 15th.
Well, Lexington police are asking for some feedback from you. They're asking people in Lexington to complete a community survey online. The survey covers multiple topics, including body cameras, crime in the city, and confidence in police. You don't have to give your name in the survey. It'll be online until May 1st. We have a link to it on WKYT.com.
Hey, good morning to you once again. It's 4:40 now, 20 before 5, and WKYT This Morning is just getting started.
Well, it's important to get kids involved in activities that make them want to learn. Something as simple as story time at the library can make a big impact on your kid. We'll find out how coming up in today's Mom's Everyday Minute.
And we are tracking just a few flakes out there flying across northern parts of Kentucky. That's going to dip through the rest of the area. It's not going to be like yesterday at all. Not enough moisture for it. We'll track it coming up.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Jim Caldwell.
Yesterday's overachieving snow rolled through the area. Started around this time yesterday morning, at least on radar, not reaching the ground at this point. What it did is it moistened up the atmosphere and it got things going as we headed into mid-morning and beyond. Now we're tracking another little batch, not even close to what we had yesterday. Yesterday was more organized. Today it's just one little stripe of snow that's going to be passing through the area. Temperatures out there ahead of it, in some cases above freezing. Like here in Lexington, we're at 35 degrees, 34 in Richmond. You go along the interstate, though, and you're going to find spots that are colder, around freezing. 32 from Mount Sterling to Moorhead, out to Ashland. All of those spots coming in freezing, and even some folks out in southeastern Kentucky as well. Here's what the snow looks like at the moment, passing through Covington, Cincinnati, getting into Maysville as well, and will continue to drop toward the folks there in Carlisle here very soon, already into Harrison County as well. We broadened our view out a little bit, and you can just see it's just that piece of energy rotating through behind our other system as that one is pulling away from the area and just tapping into that moisture and driving it across Ohio and northern parts of Kentucky. We'll go to midday today. Area of high pressure keeping this a little bit clearer, it looks like, and eventually I think we break out into a mix of just plain old sun and clouds, meaning you will have sunshine out there in some cases today with some clouds around. Keep that in mind. Another wave of energy comes at us for your Saturday. This one is not as potent either. It brings some shower chances into the area for Saturday morning. You're tracking some from Owensboro to Covington at this point, and then it dives onto our area into the afternoon and evening hours. That will be more of a shot that's going to keep temperatures down. They're still going to try their best to get back into the low 50s, but it's going to stabilize them and won't allow any more progression than that. We mentioned this yesterday about this big push of warm air that's going to be hanging out with us end of the week next week. And it looks the same even this morning with our model data. It's going to be very mild and stormy pattern will start to set up across a big chunk of Kentucky. It also means that we're going to see round after round of rain. Just look at the rainfall within the next 10 days. Now these totals could be higher. These totals could also be moved a little more toward the west or more toward the east. But we're all going to be caught around an arc, and it's going to at least be shaped exactly how you see here with that little bit of a shot, not including the folks in parts of eastern Kentucky. Here's our 7-day forecast where we are running into those shower chances on Saturday, the morning flakes that we already have on our Defender radar network this morning. And then next week, it's all about those warmer temperatures, upper 60s and low 70s. We just have to get through the weekend, guys.
Okay.
We'll get through it.
And
we're
we'll
going
get
to.
there.
Eyes on the
Just
prize.
push.
Yeah, you got to keep going. Thank you very much. 4:46 now, and your local libraries may be an untapped resource when it comes to finding educational activities for your kids.
Yeah, some programs let kids dance, play, sing, more importantly, develop a love of reading. Today's Mom's Everyday Minute takes a closer look at story time.
Storytime is this fabulous thing where it's not just sitting and reading books. That's what a lot of people think, that you just come in and you read books the whole time. But storytime is learning, really. It's got songs, it's got books, it's got rhymes, it's got all of those pieces that set children up to be able to be good readers later. You think that a story time would just include just sitting around, but we try to make them very active, get the whole body involved, get movement. We do a lot of singing because the songs slow down language. So then children can hear the songs, the pieces of language coming through so that they're able to break down that language and learn it faster. And it's a great time to be with parents, to interact and do some things you might not have time for in your day otherwise.
For these tips and more, go to WKYT.com, click on Moms Every Day.
And right there you'll find the latest news and weather for your weekend and information about that caucus tomorrow as well at WKYT.com. 4:48 right now.
Well, we will get a live update from Washington on the internal fighting among GOP presidential candidates and what we can expect from Super Saturday's results. That's ahead on WKYT this morning.
Kentucky mornings start here. You're watching WKYT This Morning.
Welcome back in. It's 4:51. Right now it's time to get a look at what is going on this week in Washington. The GOP really experiencing more infighting right now as the path to the nomination only gets a little bit murkier.
Right. Our Washington Bureau works throughout the week to keep everything covered, and they've been relaying some information to us. Of course, you know, Donald Trump ran away with 7 out of the 11 states on Super Tuesday, and now the party is on the hunt to figure out how to take him down, at least as far as the so-called mainstream establishment, that sort of thing. Many people who seem to support Trump wholeheartedly, of course, are being emboldened by this and supporting him more. And according to our Washington Bureau, they're getting information that, you know, that it's how Trump comes across that is so meaningful to a lot of them, that more so than really his policies. For people who supported Mitt Romney in 2012, they may take his opinion into consideration. He ripped into Trump yesterday on all levels, and we'll take a listen to that.
And let me put it very plainly. If we Republicans choose Donald Trump as our nominee, the prospects for a safe and prosperous future are greatly diminished.
And so Romney actually ripped into Trump's domestic policy, his foreign policy, his temperament. He really got personal. His failed business ventures, everything from Trump University to Trump Steaks to Trump Magazine, which of course Donald Trump argued that, you know, have been successful ventures, things voters may not even know anything about. But Romney felt the need to shed some light on that. He's very clear and concise. It's probably unlikely to move his Trump supporters away from him.
You know, we'll see, right?
Yeah.
It's very interesting as we go along. There are 5 contests tomorrow. Some are calling it Super Saturday. 4 of those are Republican contests. Kansas, of course, here in Kentucky, where those caucuses will be open from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m., as well as Louisiana, which also has 46 delegates at stake, just like Kentucky, and then Maine and Nebraska. Folks all heading to polls there. These contests have been less publicized than Super Tuesday or the contest coming up on the 15th when there are more delegates at stake. But for anybody whose name is not Donald Trump right now and in this race, they're still very important, especially for Ted Cruz. Less than 100 delegates behind Trump because he's picking up delegates even in states where he isn't winning. Not at this point, missing Carson. He was not on the debate stage last night, and that was quite notable. But even if people tomorrow go in the polls, they're going to notice there will be several names on the ballot of people who have actually pulled out. But you know, you have to come to some judgment as to whether or not you want to, as some would say, throw away your vote and go for someone who's an inactive candidate. But some of those names will be on the ballot tomorrow, including Rand Paul here in Kentucky, who was originally, you know, a candidate for president and for re-election to the Senate.
And you're going to be doing some special coverage tomorrow.
We'll have a big day tomorrow. Of course, throughout the day, we'll have coverage online and on air, and then a special report tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. I'll be with Amber Philpott, and we'll also have Sean Moody and some others in our team working some extra hours tomorrow for a caucus special report at 7 o'clock.
All right.
Keep it here now. It's 4:54 on WKYT This Morning.
There is still plenty ahead of news. We also have a look at your weekend forecast.
Little light band of snow passing through northern sections of Kentucky. That's going to continue to drop toward the south and east as we progress through the morning. We've got a whole lot more coming up for you at 5 o'clock. Stay with us here on WKYT.